So hello students, good afternoon everyone. This is Gurpal Singh, your accountancy and economics teacher. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the types of foreign exchange. So on the screen, I'm sharing one slide that is showing that our topic is foreign exchange. So yesterday we have discussed a bit about foreign exchange, what is foreign exchange and what is foreign exchange market. So in this video we will discuss about the types of foreign exchange. Yesterday I have shown there are the two types of foreign exchange. Okay, so before starting I want to explain some advantages of foreign exchange. Okay, so the first is most of you know the advantages of foreign exchange, but some students are not knowing about the advantages of foreign exchange, and this is not also given in our book. So please have a look on the screen. The first advantage is that it already the world's largest market and it is still growing quickly. Means foreign exchange market is the largest market in the world. There is no market that is greater than foreign exchange market. Okay, second thing, it makes extensive use of information technology, make it available to everyone, and it is using latest technology by which foreign exchange market is available to everyone nowadays by the help of internet, like Bombay Stock Exchange and a lot of exchange applications are there. Every bank is availing foreign exchange facility, so using e-banking we can avail services from our homes. Okay, as well as the third point is saying traders can profit from both strong and weak economics. Traders, they can earn profit from weaker section as well as from the stronger section. Traders can place very short term orders which are prohibited in some other market. Likewise, by foreign exchange, traders beta can place very short term orders. Okay, but in the short term orders are not allowed in some other market, so that is why it is the most helpful. Then after that, the market is not regulated. What? Market is not regulated. You are not having required to pay a lot of formalities like plot building these things. Okay, so simply you can use it by using e-banking or electronic website. Okay, the brokerage commission are very low or non-expense, as well as brokerage commission is very low. And after that, the last point is that the market is open 24 a day during a weekdays. Why? How it is open 24 hour? Beta, it is always available on internet, and internet is always 24 hours. That is why the most advantage of foreign exchange is that it is always available for 24 hours. How? Because using internet you can check anything, you can register yourself at any time from any corner of a country. Either you are sitting in a room, from any corner you can enroll yourself in foreign exchange market. As well as if you are staying in the forest and if you are getting signals internet facility, you can also enroll your registration form there in the foreign exchange market. Okay, so now we are moving forward for the types of foreign exchange market. Okay, so there are two types of foreign exchange market. Number one is fixed exchange and floating exchange rate. Okay, yesterday I have explained already that there are two types of exchange rate. Number one is fixed and another one is floating exchange rate. Firstly, I want to explain one thing that now I'm explaining by the help of slide, but after explaining these slides, I will also explain from your book that you are having VK Hori book. So first have a look on these slides, listen carefully. After that you will understand easily from your book also. Okay, so fixed exchange rate is a rate, it is official rate set by the monetary authorities of the government for one or more currencies. Means in the foreign exchange rate, whatever rate is decided by the government authorities, okay, monetary authorities for foreign exchange, that is called fixed exchange rate. And the rate which is floating and dependent upon the supply and demand factors, that is floating exchange rate. Means the rate which is not fixed and dependent upon the floating factors, that will called floating exchange rate. Now I'm going to use our book, and by the help of book now we will study. So who are having books, please open your book, chapter number 11, page number 334. So see on in your book, and the flexible and fixed exchange rate is given. The exchange rate is broadly classified into flexible and fixed. Already I have explained fixed is that in which the rate of foreign exchange is divided by government authorities, monetary authorities, whereas in flexible the exchange rate is determined the supply and forces. Okay, so in this video only we will discuss about flexible exchange rate. Okay, so the exchange rate at which demand for foreign currency is equal to its supply is called per rate exchange rate or equilibrium exchange rate. Now I'm explaining equilibrium rate of exchange. What is equilibrium rate of exchange? Beta, the exchange rate at which demand for a foreign currency is equal to its supply, that will be called equilibrium rate of exchange. Okay, so now next point is that in which we will study about the determination of flexible exchange rate. So see, what is determination of flexible exchange rate? Demand and supply for a foreign exchange are two basic determinants. Means flexible exchange rate is decided in flexible exchange rate market. The rate of a currency is decided by two factors that are to determine what are that, that is demand and supply. Okay, so the first one point is that what is demand for foreign exchange. In demand for foreign exchange we will study other things remain constant. Demand for foreign exchange is inversely related to the price of foreign exchange. What do you mean? Demand for foreign exchange, beta, it is inversely relation. Inversely means if the price of foreign currency declines, then the demand for our home currency will increase. Likewise, the value of dollar declines from 50 to 20. In that situation, the value of our country's rupee will increases, because in the comparison of dollars our rupee will be stronger. Okay, so that the higher rate of foreign exchange lower the demand of foreign exchange. Okay, a higher rate of foreign exchange leads to the lower demand of foreign exchange. Why? If you are getting one thing for $50 in against in $1 you are getting when 50 rupees. After that, whenever you are getting only 10 rupees against $1, in that situation you will demand more rupee, not to dollar. So see here, I have shown diagram also, you can see in your book also. What is in the diagram? Diagram is showing that when there was price of dollar is equal to 70, money was required 100 units. Okay, what demand for foreign exchange and rate of foreign exchange. Okay, so here in this situation 70 US dollars is equals to 1. After that, whenever the price leads to 50 is equals to 1 US dollar, in that situation the demand for rupee rises. You have seen when the dollar is equals to 70 rupees, not getting na. See, whenever $1 is equals to beta what 70 rupee, whenever $1 is equals to 70 rupees, then only 100 units million dollars are required. Okay, then after that the demand that was 100 of rupee. After that, whenever the dollar's price declines, there was demand of 1 US dollar is equals to 50 rupee. Then after that the value of that declines. See here, from here observation you are understanding. So if you are not getting this, so again I am explaining by the help of this diagram through your books explanation. That is, it shows, as we have seen in the figure, higher the exchange rate lower the demand for foreign exchange. Higher the exchange rate, you have seen whenever there is $70, in that situation demand was 100. Okay, so demand for foreign, thus when exchange rate is 50 for 1 US dollar, then the demand for US dollar is 200. see here, whenever 1 rupee, dollar of 1 rupee is equals to 50, in that situation, and the demand for US dollar was $200 million. After that, when the exchange rate rises to 70, in that situation the demand for R2, the demand shrinks to $100 million. So here you have seen that the value of dollar is declining as the rate of dollar is increasing. Okay, so in the next point, supply of foreign exchange, it is in positively related. In these, other things remain constant, whereas supply of foreign exchange is positively related to foreign exchange. Okay, what positively related means, whenever the price rises, what happens whenever price rises, so here the supply will also rises. The when exchange rate is 50, when exchange rate is how much, 50, in that situation there was $100 million required. After that, whenever the exchange rate rises to 70, in that situation 200 million US dollars were required. So from here I think you are getting that how there is demand is inversely related and supply is positively related. In the last, we have seen that whenever there was demand of when the dollar was of rupee 50 equal, in that situation $200 million were required. But when that dollar goes to 70, there was a demand of only $100 million. Okay, so see, this was the thing. After that, now I want to explain the equilibrium rate of exchange. So what is equilibrium rate of exchange? I already discussed before in the beginning of flexible exchange rate. Whenever supply of a foreign exchange is equals to demand of foreign exchange, in that situation there will be equilibrium condition. Now this thing I will explain by the help of one diagram. So you can see on the screen that the diagram, green curve is showing supply of foreign currency, whereas blue line is showing the demand. So supply and demand are measured on x-axis and exchange rate on the y-axis. In the diagram you are watching, supply and demand is shown on the x-axis, whereas rate of exchange is shown on the y-axis. DF is the demand curve, blue one I told you na, D1 is the demand, DF is the demand curve, whereas SF is the supply curve. Okay, both these curve intersect at point E. Whenever these intersect at E, it is an equilibrium point, and OR is the equilibrium rate of exchange, and the rate O to R. What? O to R. This is the O, and O to R. This will be the rate of equilibrium at which equilibrium strikes. Okay, so now move forward. After that, what if the rate of exchange rises to OR1, like here it goes to here, the equilibrium will struck. Okay, in that, then supply of foreign exchange will be exceeded its demand, okay, by the amount equivalent to MN supply. By being more than demand, the rate of exchange will come to down. Okay, in that situation the rate will come to down. Okay, OR. On the contrary, if the rate of exchange falls to OR2, where if the rate of exchange falls to OR2, OR2 here, in that situation what happens? Anybody can tell? The demand for foreign currency will be more than its supply. Here you can see supply is here, demand is here, but whenever it was greater, so it is supply was greater. But whenever what happens, price declines, rate of exchange decline, in that situation demand will be greater than supply. So demand being more than the supply, rate of exchange will again rises to OR. Okay, so again it will rises, so rate of exchange will ultimately be determined by the at a point where demand and supply of foreign currencies are equal. So again I am repeating, the concept is that whenever demand of foreign currency is equals to supply of foreign currency, in that situation there will be a rate of equilibrium, or you can say point of equilibrium. Okay, one thing more I am repeating again, कि if the higher rate of exchange there will be lower demand of foreign exchange, if there is higher supply then there will be a what, higher rate of foreign exchange. ठीक है, demand foreign exchange for a foreign exchange is negatively related whereas supply will be positively related. Okay, why? Because when the demand dollars price beta rises, people demand will be less, and whenever there is more price of dollars, then Indian currency have to be supplied more. So I hope you have understood this concept. If any kind of problem will be there, then you can contact me personally. Okay, so thank you students for watching this video. Again I'm repeating, if any kind of problem beta you are facing, then personally you can contact me at any time. Bye bye.